Ladies and gentlemen, boys and NBs, welcome or welcome back. And today I wanted to talk about one of the worst people I've ever seen, not just on the internet, but on planet Earth. That's not hyperbole in any way, and I promise you will feel the same way by the end of this video. Andrew Ditch was born June 7th, 1985, and lived a relatively normal life, never showing or being diagnosed with any kind of mental illness or spectrum disorder. His family claims that everything changed when he became the victim of a hit-and-run incident on his way to work as Ronald McDonald at a local McDonald's in his late 20s. Andy suffered mild bruising, scraping, and whiplash from this accident. His mother claims that a few years after this incident, Andy looked up what an autistic person was and the symptoms. From then on, started to pretend to be autistic. Andrew was a meteorologist and IT repair guy and actually ran his own PC business before he started to pretend to be autistic.
Get this, Andy used to drive. And he used to have his own computer business in our house. And he was high rated with the Better Business Bureau. And he was an amateur weather meteorologist. And he locates storms at the airport and all these other things. And all that stuff and all the stuff he was interested in. And he loved the slave rules. Lost interest. Can't do it. Can't function. No more.
And you're going to plug in from the modem to your router into the WAN port. Sometimes it'll be marked WAN. Sometimes it'll be marked just with the internet symbol, such as what this router has a little universe on there.
And yes, we are sure he is pretending, as numerous hospitals, psychiatrists, and mental health workers from numerous states have confirmed that Andy does not have autism. I do need to interject that I, Nolsey, am on the spectrum, and though this does intensify my disdain for Andrew Ditch, it is not the only reason.
Between February and March 2019, age 33, several psychiatric reports were completed by Trinity Medical, Western New York, PC, and Erie County Medical Center for Mr. Ditch, attachment 16. While some of these reports indicate that Mr. Ditch had an autism spectrum disorder, none of them reference any testing to support this diagnosis. The Erie County Medical Center noted in its March 7, 2019 report, SWAPIC referral details. Per collateral, Andrew has an IQ of 80, central auditory processing disorder, and another processing disorder. He does not have autism. He does not have autism. He does not have autism.
This voicemail is from the New York Office of Developmental Disabilities. Andrew Ditch has claimed that in the early years of this farce that his parents wouldn't bathe him and he'd go to school smelling like shit. You know, school, like long before he started pretending, before he ran his own business or was a meteorologist.
What about getting me more diapers?
If we don't get a hurricane.
No one has.
Well,
She was a little upset about it.
oh boy, now.
This clip is from late 2024 for reference, and we will get to the Tourette's claims once we approach 2025. I highly suggest watching the YouTubers Saturated Content and Kiwi Tapes for deeper dives on Andrew Ditch. Both channels have full-length documentaries covering the years of Andy's shenanigans. If you're still here, it would be awesome if you could like the video to make sure this video is pushed by the algorithm, and subscribe if you'd like to find your way back here. Next, I want to talk about a few incidents of note that happened in the post-COVID era of Andy's life, before he was kicked out of his parents' home by his parents and ran away from New York. You see, with Andy being 40 this year, his parents are quite elderly, and with age often comes health issues. Andy holds great contempt for his mother from what I believe to be jealousy that her needs greatly take attention away from him. Andy's mom requires a walker, and one day, when he found his mom collapsed on the floor, instead of helping her, Andy pulls out his video camera and starts recording.
Why did you fall when you were sitting on the toilet?
I got off the toilet.
And you can't get up, and you couldn't call anyone.
I did.
Okay, Google, broadcast. Dad, Mom is on the floor. She fell right off the toilet. She's on the dog's bed. Did you lose? Is it sugar?
I hope not.
Why were you sitting in the toilet for 2 hours?
I'm doing a puzzle.
For 2 hours sitting in the toilet? Did you poop or anything?
No.
You were just peeing. You were sitting there.
Andy didn't do a thing. He simply yelled for his dad to come help. Andy would rather see his mother struggling to get up than attempt to help her in any way. This hasn't happened just once, but twice.
Dad, she's leaning off the chair and she's going to bend over.
She does a lot of things. That's why I say you gotta watch her.
She's like Grandma.
Andy, please.
Well, Mom, you don't do anything. He's laying in bed all
Andy,
day.
so do you. So be quiet, please.
I lay...
You don't do much of either or anything either.
The past 2 days I was taking it easy for my emotional well-being, Dad.
What really gets me about the second clip is first the absurdity of Andy's words as he fakes everything, sitting on the couch, wiggling his toes, and telling his mom she's like Grandma, she doesn't do anything, while watching his dad, who has never been seen without a back brace, help his wife up to her walker. Do these two people look like they could even abuse Andy? Do they look like they should be legally required to take care of him? Andy went to the courts and tried to make them legally force his parents to change his diapers. His act would often completely disappear when he believes he can use the law to get what he wants, which he has often done in this time period. Andy often yells about his rights, going from speaking in the third person to then talking about why the police can't do this, or that because it violates his human or constitutional rights. All to the 911 operators who are quite familiar with who he is and what he tries to do to his family. Andrew Ditch has called 911 hundreds of times, almost always claiming abuse at the hands of his parents.
Because, Dad, I have records to show everything you have said is not true.
Right now, Andy. You're going to continue on to the bullshit. I'm going to hang up.
And you know what my nurse said because I tried leaving? She said I can't. I can't refuse a diaper change. Because, Dad, what you said to me made me feel like I don't need diaper changes. I never needed them. Because what you like to say.
What did I say?
Oh, you know what you said. I don't have to go tell you.
You tell me. What
I don't have to go telling you. You know.
Because, Andy, whatever I supposedly said I didn't say. That's why you can't say it.
You didn't say it? No, you did.
In rehab, and she don't live at home.
What you
That's
said.
one of the reasons why they're helping you, Andy.
It's what you say and how you word it.
Getting me pissed. I'm going to
You
leave.
say I used to take care of myself. I used to
A long
do this.
time ago. That's different. That's not today.
I did it all by myself.
Demanding the police make his parents provide him the proper care or take him to a group home. The officers in the area and even other states are well aware of who Andy is. We will come back to this later. Andrew Ditch has been a menace to society for many years, getting kicked out of numerous medical facilities, mental health hospitals, group homes, and many other places, running away from home and ultimately getting arrested numerous times across multiple states. But first, we need to start at home. Now, all of this injustice has not gone unnoticed, with the first event being when Andy was arrested for his oil diffuser. This is a pretty infamous clip from the old school Andy lore. Andy put an absurd amount of oil into his oil diffuser, which is a humidifier type device that you can add scents to that will spread throughout the room. The only problem is that certain types of oils have been known to affect people with breathing issues as well as animals. Andy's parents and their dogs all started to experience breathing issues, and when confronted about this, Andy refused to shut the diffuser off, claiming that it was for his emotional well-being and that they had absolutely no right to make him turn it off in their own home. The police were called, and this is the end result.
Well, I also went out of Dad's house. I have a right to throw out my diapers. I have a right to throw out my medications. I was allowed to throw out my medications pill by pill. but I'm not allowed to throw out my diapers because you guys are depriving me of my civil rights?
It was so strong that she got that heart problem and breathing problem. I had to put the oxygen on. We asked him to turn it off. He refuses to do that. This morning when we came back from papers, the same thing. Even Joe, you can ask him. He had to go upstairs. We couldn't stand it because we're trying to eat, and he can't eat when it smells so bad. I have no idea. You'd have to ask him. He's videotaping us too.
I don't have to. You're not. Is it court order?
We want to know if we can press charges because this is our home and it's bothering our breathing.
You didn't ask me to turn off.
Could you stop shining that light in my face?
I can. Is that order? Or is that a violation? You gonna arrest me for having my light on camera?
No, I'm asking you as a matter of human decency if you could stop shining a bright.
Well, I did nothing wrong except for just trying to sit here, relax.
So I'm asking you to shut the oil diffuser off.
It's for my coping skills, and I don't have to answer to you unless it's a court order for it.
Andy, can you please not?
If there's a court order, is that a request or is that an order?
It doesn't have to be a court order. Why do you have to talk like this all the time?
Is that a request or is that a court order for me not having my oil diffuser that helps me relax?
You don't have to. You don't need that. Your parents have. Your mother's on oxygen. It's bothering her. Okay?
I'm calling my lawyer.
Stand up and put your hands behind your back.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Stand up and put your hands behind your back.
Hurting me?
Charged with resisting arrest.
I didn't do anything.
Stand up! Right now!
Hurting me!
Stand up.
Hurting me!
Stand up.
You're abusing me!
Well, that's what happened.
You can't do me! You're gonna sue me!
Services, this is Haley. How can I help you?
What?
I don't understand what you're saying.
I'm being arrested for my oil diffuser.
Okay, why are you being arrested right now?
For my oil diffuser. Officer Kelly's arresting me for my oil diffuser.
Refusing to put his hands behind his back, so now he's going to be charged with resisting
I didn't do anything other than have an oil diffuser on. You're abusing me! You're abusing me!
Stop!
You're abusing me! Yeah, I don't have to.
This, however, is not the big one. Oh no, it gets so much worse. I need to show you guys the time that Andy poisoned every member of his family, and it is not the only time that Andrew Ditch has done this. Andy has had a long history of tampering with people's food and drink. I'll let the local news station tell you about this arrest, however.
A man from the city of Tonawanda faces 3 felony charges accused of spiking the food of several of his family members. Police say 34-year-old Andrew Ditch put Epsom salts and laxatives in the food and the water reservoir of the family's coffee machine. Now, the family members knew something was wrong when they all started to suffer from nausea, abdominal pain, and severe diarrhea. Ditch was arraigned and is being held on $5,000 bail. He will return to court tomorrow for a felony hearing.
He denies it. Last year, me and his brother, and even my wife, got sick constantly, running the John, diarrhea, even crapping our pants. Don't know way to describe it, and we got frustrated. And he made a comment to one of his friends on the internet that he put laxative and Epsom salt in our food, our coffee and drinks, and you better really be close to run to the toilet. And I was wondering why my stomach is hurting so bad. Like I told my wife the one day, I wanted to go to the hospital, but I didn't because I was just doubled up pain. And the strange thing is that since he's been gone, even though he doesn't like to hear it, we no longer have the problem, none of us. And it was going on for at least 6 months on and off here and there.
Wow.
And we thought it was something else.
For over 6 months, Andy was tampering with his family's food, including poisoning his father with antifreeze, allegedly. The police were not able to collect enough evidence to prove this one, but his father did suffer from antifreeze poisoning.
Can I please leave?
Sir, no. The doctor
Why?
said no. The doctor said no.
I want to leave.
Hey, man, come on.
I want to leave. Can I please leave?
No.
I have a right.
Watch out. That's how you're going to be.
I'm asking to leave. I have a right to leave.
before you leave after that crap.
I'm sorry, but you can't hold me against my will. I'm asking to leave. And I'm glad to be arrested.
Andy has been in countless hospitals, mental health facilities, and group homes, always getting swiftly ejected not only due to his inability to respect the staff, but the moment he doesn't get what he wants, he is hitting, kicking, and spitting at staff and other patients. Andrew Ditch has wasted thousands of hours of time in numerous facilities that could go to help people who actually need it. He does all of this because they either won't let him leave after a doctor has ordered him to stay, or if they won't change his diapers, as Andy is capable of taking care of this need for himself. He even assaulted a man in front of the police. All throughout this period, Andy would destroy things, fight with his family, oppress their living environment, and assault them. He would also throw out his medications and diapers regularly and attempt to pin it on his parents, claiming they destroyed the diapers and medications in an attempt to stop him from getting help. This really doesn't make any sense, but I think that might have been his point in this stunt or thinking. I'm really not sure, however, because when they confront him while he's doing these actions, he would claim they were forcing him to use the diapers and medication against his will. Andy's parents simply couldn't win.
Why are you forcing me to have
Obvious, Joe, a lot of it was destroyed.
Yeah, I destroyed my medicines.
He opened
I
them up
don't
and
need
threw
them.
them
I
out.
don't need help.
So, good.
I don't need your help.
It makes it
you
easy
said.
for me to get it out.
You said that I don't need help. I used to do this up all myself.
What are you going to disturb the
meeting?
because if you're misbehaving,
yeah, Andy, I'm recording too.
Crap.
Yeah, well, I want that thrown away. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't have autism. I fucking fake.
Good.
Can you please let me throw it out? This is my shit.
You're having a temper
Please,
tantrum, Andy.
I want
This
to
is
throw
not
it
an
out. I
acceptable
don't
behavior.
want to have autism anymore.
Oh, well.
Please. I don't want diapers anymore. Please.
Okay.
You're forcing me to do something I don't want because you're hurting me.
Andy, if you wouldn't act like this, Andy, if you didn't act like this, we wouldn't have this problem.
I can do this shit. I'm calling the police.
Call him.
You're instigating me, and you're being allowed to do this to me, and I'm asking you to please throw it out.
You're right.
I don't want it anymore.
Well, you don't have a choice in the matter when you misbehave like
I don't want them anymore, please.
Andy has attempted on numerous occasions to get the state to force guardianship onto his parents, calling 911 anytime his parents didn't change his diaper or do whatever he wanted. Finally, after having enough, his parents kicked him out from their home. After being kicked out of the hospital and every group home in the area, Andy traveled from New York to Ohio in an attempt to get away from the oppression of the New York medical system and start over with a new one. This didn't go to plan, as locals in Ohio spoke with the professionals back home and even watched the very YouTube documentaries on Andy I referenced above. We see Andy get arrested for wandering around and laying down in the middle of the street, and then he's read his rights, the entire time claiming that he can't understand and blubbering around senselessly. Even though, if you watch any of his hour-long rants online, you'll see him recite police code and alleged medical forms to benefit his own perspective. It is quite a striking image to see police bagging and tagging a grown man's teddy bear, an effigy to a jig that is finally up.
Severely autistic. From what we can gather, he's from New York.
Have you heard about this guy yet?
No.
It's all fake.
It's all fake.
It's all fake. He's from, yeah, that's our
Paperwork from New York.
we went over in roll call. This is like from New York. This is what he does.
Okay.
Just play the game.
Talk to my fix autism. So then he's tried to get resources that way. And he had a guardian. The state of New York said that he does not need a guardian. He does not have autism. And then that's why he came to Ohio. He hopped on a Greyhound and came out here. GPS isn't touching it. Like I said, he's mimicking autism. The teddy bear, phones, all that stuff is an act. And we know that. I've spoken to Tonawanda, New York. They know him. They know him by name. First person I talked to, Andrew. So that's what we're dealing with. And it's really going to deplete resources unless we put our foot down with it. If you're going to take him back to Metro, they're going to know they just had him there. If they discharge him immediately, that's fine. But he's probably going to get a ticket after a conversation that we have with him for disorderly conduct. The passerby's having to call him in.
That's what they call this for, is like, he wants to kill himself
Dispatch slowed it
told
down.
him that we weren't coming out because we know the whole thing. I sent a huge email about it to dispatch. Okay. And that's where he amped it up so that we came out here.
The doctor.
When you're this obnoxious or you're this too much over the top, people know about you and you don't even have no shot.
Yeah, they're just going through it. So the doctor that he puts on this, and it's better to respond to that.
A documentary about everything.
Really?
Yeah. I talked to Tonawanda Police Department.
Yeah.
They're very familiar with them. They, I think maybe like the breaking point is there was some domestic violence situation with his dad. They gave him like a state guardian, but then they're like, after like assessing it, they were like, he does not need a guardian.
Yeah.
He's fully capable of doing things on his own.
Probably some weird fetish of being taken care of. Send him home with some money.
We can't guarantee his safety, so we'd have to take him to jail. We got the disorderly conduct of him laying in the street and the passerbys calling it in. Here, it could be disorderly conduct, really.
Okay.
I'm going to speak with the doctor here real quick. So, you're aware of everything?
Yeah, was here for about 86 hours. He enjoys having our nurses change his diaper and wipe his ass.
Mm-hmm. I spent probably half my day today learning about him. So I'm right there with you. He overheard me giving that information, and that's when he sprung up out of the bed and started to make a scene to stop me from...
What's going on? What's going on? You say you feed.
Don't have a seat in the chair.
Why? You say you don't need any help. You say you feed.
Right now you're being detained.
For what?
You're being detained for disorderly conduct.
For what?
Okay, for what happened out in the street. Okay, there's a lot of people that called in. Okay.
Yeah.
And then also with what just happened here, man.
I can't open.
Well, that's what I have to inform you that. All right.
So we're being detained right now. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you do or say can be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney, and if you can't, one could be appointed for free of charge. You understand your rights?
No, I don't.
We think you can control it.
I don't.
Laying in the street.
I need my knife.
It's misusing the 911 system. We got a fire truck, an ambulance, 3 police cars. And then all of a sudden you come here and you don't like what you're hearing. 30 feet away from you, you have
You have my medical records on my tablet.
people could have got hurt.
I didn't mean it. I couldn't open.
We think you can.
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Sadly, though, this only resulted in Andy returning home, where he has been since, causing issues at hospitals, shelters, halfway homes, and for his parents, where he's been living. One of his most recent hobbies has been trolling and reacting to other creators that have made videos about him. Andrew has actually made a fake account on YouTube under the name Tommy Wynn, where he pretends to be a fellow person with autism who is here to defend Andy from all the criticism and clear his name from the trolls while being a troll himself.
I think that this guy is not really faking it, even though many people think that he's faking it, even including his doctors. But he's really showing signs of autism, and luckily enough for me, I actually have a doctor, and I have doctors, quite a few doctors, and a good lawyer who has actually proved my case that, I really have it. I mean, the poor guy, he's featuring a whole bunch of, YouTube videos, this basically these people are destroying his life, and I feel it's not right, and it's all due to this stupid site called Kiwi Farms. Now, this site, Kiwi Farms, I just have a strong hate for this site because, comes after him like this.
So your plan is to get the cops back over him?
Recording him and putting him on blast. I feel like that's just not right. This is coming from someone who has autism, too, and who suffers every day, too, just like him. Of course, I don't shit my pants, but, I feel like I just needed to make this video so I could speak up for other people who have autism, who are less fortunate than me.
He's also been roaming YouTube on his main account trying to expose various creators as nothing but bullies.
Okay, go watch the link to that video that I posted is in the description. Because there's some videos that I have posted that are hidden that I don't want people to see right now.
Andy then reveals the infamous "I'll eat my poop for clout" video. He says that it totally would just be a troll though, and he wouldn't actually eat his own feces.
My diaper mixed together to make it look like poop. To put a video online, and I was going to eat it with my hands and try to smearing it on something just to make it look like, you know, something else. Just for you guys, because you guys seem to think I can make money on this.
Andrew Ditch is by far the most self-centered, narcissistic, and abusive person I have ever seen, possibly ever, but absolutely on the internet. And I genuinely hope it leads to his downfall. Here we are at current day where Andy is still abusing 911, emergency personnel, hospital workers, and worst of all, his elderly parents. He now claims to also have Tourette's and seems to be faking tics as well as autism.
Proof is I never could take care of myself. I couldn't learn. I couldn't function in school. I wasn't given the right supports in school. I have a hard time learning in school. I had difficulty in school because I had a tic, because one of my Tourette's. I was sent to school body odor because I don't like being touched, and I have a hard time taking a shower, and my family didn't help me. But yet they changed my diapers and put them on to help me get dressed. In school, I got picked on for pooping my diaper and constantly having accidents, even on a toilet routine I had in school.
It seems we have come full circle with Andy Ditch, and things aren't going to change. He's happy to bounce from group homes to the street and even hospital stays, all in an attempt to get his diaper changed by nurses and social workers. Hundreds of mental health professionals have put in thousands of hours and have confirmed without a shadow of a doubt Andrew Ditch is faking everything. I only wonder if he may finally end up doing some actual jail time over his heinous crime, or if the stress he puts primarily on his father may have negative effects on his health. I feel immense sympathy for the Ditch family due to the abuse they receive at Andy's hands, and a broken mental health and judicial system we all deal with here in America. I've been nosy, and I make videos about things that I find interesting, or in this case, disgusting. Until next time, like the video, and leave me alone.
I never learned how to love, and it's obvious. You never learn how to suck on my cockiness. So I hung out with girls that knew more words to my songs than you ever did. And I made out with boys that used more tongue